Good morning, everyone.
I hope everybody is having a beautiful Sunday morning and enjoying it so far. We will give you a good reason for a big breakfast. We have a big workout coming up. We are live on Facebook and also on YouTube. So if you're watching this and you want to rewatch it, YouTube or Facebook might be a good option. We're also live on Zoom, so we have a bunch of people in the Zoom session. So today, live on all platforms.
Special announcements. For tomorrow, a new program coming on, and we're going to do a benchmark workout. So from Monday on, we can program the benchmarks. They were supposed to be on Fridays, but now we have the open workout. So this Friday is also going to be the last one, I think so. Yeah, the last CrossFit Open workout. So tomorrow, benchmark day.
And with that, we are on to the equipment for today. What you need is an ab mat, that is it, or if you have maybe a yoga mat that might make it a bit more comfortable, and a wall to do handstand. So an ab mat and a wall and maybe a yoga mat. That's it for the equipment. Get it together, and in the meantime, we'll cue the music. And we are back. We're going to go into the warm-up. It's going to be 30 seconds of work followed by 10 seconds rest for 2 rounds with 4 movements. The 4 movements are on the screen. It's a hollow body hold, a prone bodyline drill, some lunges and an inchworm. Let's talk about the 4 movements first and then we'll go through it all together. We're going to start with a hollow body hold. You're going to lie down on the floor. And we're going to start with the tuck variation. We're going to bring the knees in, the hands off the floor and the shoulders off the floor. If that is easy, extend the legs out, extend the hands overhead. As long as your lower back is in contact with the floor, we are good. That's the hollow body hold. The second movement is the prone bodyline drill. That one's a bit more tricky. What you need is a wall or something that you can press against. You're going to lie down on the floor on your belly, with your arms fully extended. This is your starting position. From here, the toes are together, and we're going to try to bring our belly off the floor by squeezing the abs, squeezing the glutes, and pushing the wall away. What it should feel like is basically a handstand, and relax. This is very, very tough. It looks very innocent, but it's really hard to keep the tension on pressing up really hard, and also keeping tension on the core. That's movement number 2. Movement number 3 are lunges. In the first round, we're going to do lunges. Second round, we're going to do jumping lunges. So we're going to step forward, bring the knee towards the floor and back up. And movement number 4 is the inchworm. Feet under the hip, reach down with your hands towards the floor, and then we're going to walk out. In the beginning, maybe just into a nice plank position, hollow body, and then walk back in. Those are your 4 movements. 3 of them we do frequently. The prone bodyline drill is new for today. So any variation goes. In the hollow body hold, you can simply come in a tuck. That's the easiest variation, or if you can, extend the legs and the arms. You ready, Kat?
Yes.
Very good. And then we're going to start 30 seconds of work. 30 seconds sounds very innocent, but for the hollow body hold, that is a lot of work. So let's get the abs going this morning. Feet come off, arms come off, the lower back is pressing into the floor, and now try to breathe. Don't forget the breathing. Don't hold your breath for 30 seconds. I see a lot of pretty hollow body holds on Zoom. 10 seconds. And then we're basically just going to roll around on the belly in 5. In 3, 2, 1. And relax. Down on the floor. If you don't have a wall, that's also okay, but it makes it a bit easier. Down on the belly, hands against the wall like in a handstand, and then we start squeezing. The toes are together, the belly comes off the floor. We're not trying to bring the butt off the floor, but the belly off the floor. Press the hands into the wall and keep breathing. Try to squeeze as many muscles as you can find. Squeeze everything you have. Remind yourself, toes together. Squeeze the glutes, belly off the floor, push into the wall for the full 30 seconds. Very hard to breathe. And then we're done in 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. From here into some easy lunges, 30 seconds, step forward and back up. There we go. Get a good feeling for how low you need to go to just gently touch the floor. We don't want to smash the floor with the knee. We want to gently touch and come back up. If you're not touching in every rep, that's also okay. Rather that than smashing your knee into the floor. 3 seconds and relax. Good. On to the inchworm, the feet are under the hip. With straight knees, or as straight as possible, we're going to reach down to the floor, hands go to the floor, and we're going to walk forward. We're feeling a good stretch on the hamstrings, and then we walk back in. Try to feel your fingers active. We're going to do some handstand work, so we want to have our hands doing a lot of the work. So really grab the floor with your fingers. Five seconds and relax. That was round number 1. We're going to do that one more time. Back to the hollow body hold, down on the floor. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Hands up in the air, lower back is pressing into the floor, the toes are together. And we're making ourselves as round and stiff as possible. If you feel like you're losing tension on the lower back, just tuck the knees in, maybe take complete rest, that's also fine. Anything to prevent the lower back from arching. Keep breathing, and then we're done in 3, 2, 1, and roll over onto the belly. Hands against the wall. Again, we're preparing for a handstand, so the arms are just over the shoulder. The toes are together, and then the belly comes off the floor. We want to find maximum tension everywhere. That's the tension we need to stabilize a good handstand. Toes are together, legs are straight. And of course we keep breathing. In 3, 2, 1. And relax. Good. Then we're going to go into the second round of lunges. If you can, or if you want, make them jumping lunges, a bit more dynamic. So we're going to step into the first lunge, and then from here we're going to jump into the next lunge. What's important, we're staying upright, but we don't need to rush it. It's still just a warm-up. If you feel like stepping, just step. 30 seconds is quite a lot. If you want to shake it out in between, no worries, or just go for stepping. The legs might still be a little bit stiff this morning. Good, and relax, and then we're on to the inchworm again. And there we go. Very pretty. And then we're done in 3, 2, 1, and relax. Very good. Now, we're going to move it on from here. We're going to do some static holds, which is just strength work. We're going to do 3 rounds, 30 seconds of work, 60 seconds of work, followed by 30 seconds of rest. For the movements, what are we going to do? We're going to do a handstand if possible. If not, we're going to do a pike handstand or a simple plank. Let's start with the handstand. Let's start with the hardest variation. If you can, we're going to kick up into a handstand. We're going to have the hands in front of the wall. This is our beautiful wooden wall here. The hands go down on the floor, and we're going to kick up with the heels up against the wall. This should feel exactly like the bodyline drill, meaning the toes are together, we're squeezing everything we have, and we're pushing the floor away. Everything in one straight line. Thank you. If you cannot kick up, you can also do a wall walk. You're going to turn around, start in a plank position, feet go against the wall, and then we're going to start walking with the feet and walking with the hands as far as comfortable. If you can, walk as close to the wall as you can. Perfect scenario, nose, chest, toes touching the wall. If you're stopping halfway through, that's also fine. So if you can only walk till here, that's also okay. But what we need is that hollow position, so the lower back is sticking out. We're going to hold that for 60 seconds and then we walk out. If that's not possible, if you don't have a wall or something like this, we can do a pike handstand hold. You're going to start with your feet on an object. Can be a table, can be a chair, a couch, in our case. We're going to bring the feet up, and then we want to come as upright as possible. So we want to come to 90 degrees in the hip, and this, everything from the hip down, should look like a handstand. So we're going to look at our toes, and we're going to hold from here. That is very fatiguing on the shoulder because it's an overhead position. If that's not possible, we can also do it in a simple plank position. If you cannot plank for whatever reasons, go for a side plank. So if straight up exercises are not an option, make the 60 seconds, 30 seconds right, 30 seconds left on a side plank. Which variation are you going to go with, Ken?
I think kickstarts on the
Yes, good. It's 60 seconds of static hold followed by 30 seconds of rest. Those 30 seconds rest are going to fly by. What's important? The first 10 seconds should look exactly like the last 10 seconds. So if you feel like your form is breaking, please simply come down, take a knee, whatever, and then take a deep breath, shake it out, and come back up. Don't allow your shape to change as we go along. Are we good?
Yes.
Yes?
So.
Good. This is just going to be static holds for 3 minutes. So shouldn't be heavy breathing, it's just going to be burning and core work. 10 seconds before we go into our first handstand hold. In 5, in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. What's important, the arms are straight, the elbows are completely locked out. You should feel equal pressure on the palm of your hand as you do on the fingertips. The whole hand is working, we're pressing our fingers into the floor, make them active. We're squeezing our abs, we're squeezing our glutes, and the toes are together and pointing up to the ceiling. We're already halfway through. Now is the time when things start to get shaky a little bit. Keep pushing the floor away, really make yourself as long as you can. Push hard, tuck the hip in, keep the tension on. If you need to take rest because your form is getting worse, that's okay. And then come back up. 10 seconds. And then we're going to rest in 5, in 3, 2, 1, and relax. Very good. 60 seconds is very long, especially when you're upside down. Today we're accumulating 3 minutes total of being upside down. That is plenty. I'm going to do that again in about 15 seconds. Shake out your wrists. If you're not used to spending time on your wrists, a minute at a time is quite long. So you can stretch them out a little bit in your rest time. And then we're going to do it all again in 2, 1. Here we go. Very good. I see a lot of kicking up into the handstands happening on Zoom right away. Very good. Once you're upside down, make yourself long. We're really pushing everything away. Imagine somebody pulling your toes up to the ceiling if you're in a handstand, and you're pushing the world away with your hands. Look into the room, so don't stare at your hands. Just relax the head, look into the room. And then it's just 15 seconds to go. Ignore the shaking, but keep the tension on. Very nice, Marika, holding the full minute. The gymnastics background is paying off. In 2, 1, and relax. That's round 2 done. We're going to do that one more time. Shake out your wrists. It helps to stretch in the other direction, so the opposite direction of what you just had to do. And then we're going to do that one last time. And after that, I think we're warm. And there we go. 60 seconds, one last time. Same cues, the toes are together and pointing to the ceiling. We're actively squeezing our abs and our glutes. We're looking into the room, or we're not staring at the floor. Very good. I see a lot of very pretty positions here on Zoom. We're already 30 seconds into the last round. The hands are actively working to find balance, to keep balance. The shoulders are pressing up. And the toes are pointing to the ceiling. Last 10 seconds. And then we're resting in 3, 2, 1, and time. Very good. Now, the shoulders are warm, I'm guessing, so we're going to give them a little bit of rest. You okay?
Yes.
Good. It's a lot. 3 minutes.
A lot of blood on my head.
3 minutes is a very, very long time, especially with only 30 seconds of rest. So that's the strength work for today, just to get the little bit of quality time in. And now it's time to really get out of breath. This one's gonna burn, I'm afraid. We have 2 movements. It's a chipper for time. It starts with lunges and sit-ups. The reps on the lunges start at 50 and go down to 20. The reps at the sit-ups start at 20 and go up to 50. So it's going to be 50 lunges into 20 sit-ups, 40 lunges into 30 sit-ups, 30 into 40, and 20 into 50. So the last round, you're finishing with 50 sit-ups, where you're starting the workout with 50 lunges. Let's talk about the lunges. We have 2 variations. The slower and easier variation would be the stepping lunge, where we're just stepping forward and we're bringing the back knee towards the floor. So we step forward and bring the back knee towards the floor. What we want is our chest upright. We don't want to collapse, and then we step back. We alternate, so 50 reps, that's 25 per leg. If you want to move a little bit faster, you can jump from one rep into the other. What you want to do is you want to come into a lunge position. From here, we're going to jump, meaning extend everything we have up and come back into the next rep. Thank you. What it should not be like is that we're just coming down into a lunge and shuffle our feet forward and backwards. So you will see a big difference when the upper body actually stays close to the floor. You can move very, very quick if you don't extend upwards. So if you're doing the jumping lunges, we really want to focus on extending all the way up. We don't care too much about getting that knee on the floor. If you're doing a lot of jumping lunges very quick, chances that you hit your knee on the floor are kind of high. So don't worry about the depth, worry about the height. In the jumping lunges, we want to jump high and not drop low. From there, we're going to go into sit-ups. If you have an ab mat, you can use the ab mat. Ab mat goes on the floor, the high side goes into the lower back. We're going to put the feet into a butterfly position so the heels are coming together. The soles of the feet are touching, the knees are pointing out. We're going to touch the floor in front of the feet, and then we're going to touch the floor behind and touch in front. That is 1. Very good. If you don't have an ab mat, you can do the sit-ups without an ab mat as well. What you want to make sure is that we're coming back, we're not overextending the lower back, so we keep the lower back pressing into the floor. If you cannot do sit-ups for whatever reason, find a variation. You could do air squats, which is probably going to be terrible for the legs.
Push-ups.
Maybe do push-ups, a light push-up variation. The shoulders are warm, so if you have a high chair, replace it with a push-up variation. Now, how long do you think that whole thing's going to take?
I don't know, but my legs are going to explode.
Yes,
I did a few in the warm-up and they already felt...
Yes. 50 jumping lunges are going to take you at least a minute, maybe 1.5. So it's going to be 1.5 minutes of jumping lunges just to get the party started. And then we take it from there.
I'd say 8-10 minutes.
So I think
around.
10 minutes is going to be tight, so we have to move fast. But that's what we're looking forward. 2, we're not looking for a slow and relaxed workout, we're looking for a burning sensation. So let's see how far we get within 10 minutes. I see a lot of standing around on Zoom, like everybody is ready to go and excited. So I think we should get moving. Yes, are we ready?
Yes.
Good. 50 jumping lunges into 20 sit-ups into 40, 30, 30, 40, 20, 50. Coming up in 10 seconds. On the jumping lunges, make sure we're extending all the way up. It's about the jump that we care. In 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Of course, stepping lunges are also perfectly fine, just a bit slower. It's going to take you a bit longer, but you might be able to move for a bit longer. Keeping that chest upright, keeping your core active. We don't want to hang on the lower back, otherwise the lunge is going to hurt the back a bit. And of course, keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. Take strategic breaks. Don't do the first 50 unbroken. Maybe just take a small second, shake it out, take a deep breath, and then keep going. Good. You can of course also use your arms to create a bit of swing and momentum. You can have your arms just hanging around. All options are fine. Whew, you're resting a lot already. The good news is after the first 50, it's only 20 sit-ups, so you have a tiny bit of rest. For the sit-ups, use your arms wisely. Throw your arms forward towards the toe. That makes it a tiny bit easier. Very good job. I see plenty of sit-ups, also anchored. Good idea from Bahar. Doing anchored sit-ups makes it a tiny bit easier so you can move a bit faster. We're 2 minutes in. Kat has finished the first 70 reps. So let's see if we can get the next 70 reps done in 2 minutes again. Good, Cindy. 1 rep at a time. Very good. I like it here, is actually making it heavier with a med ball for the sit-ups. I love the variations here on Zoom. While Kat is working on her set of 40 jumping lunges, I can hear the breathing coming up. It seems to be burning already. While Erkan and Karin make that look very easy for now. Let's see. For how long? 3 minutes on the clock. And we're done with the 40 jumping lunges here in the box already. Very good. On to the 30 sit-ups then. Good. With that speed, we will easily finish under the 10-minute cap, as long as we don't allow to slow down. Nice, Humphrey, quick break, and then it's go time again. Shake it out. Yes, the legs are burning, and then do it again. Oh, we have the 4-minute mark over. Kat is still working on her set of 30 sit-ups. That's a lot of sit-ups at the end of the day. good news for you, Kat. It's just 30 lunges now. We're approaching the halfway mark. We're approaching the 5-minute mark here. That's usually when things get really tough. The 4-minute mark, the 5-minute mark, that's when the burning doesn't go away anymore. It just doesn't stop. While Kat is starting her set of 40 sit-ups. Keep your pace at home, stick to a small set. If you just do 5 sit-ups, shake it out, 5 sit-ups, shake it out, that's fine. But don't allow yourself to rest for more than 5 seconds. Really quick breaks, quick movements. That way you do the most work over time. Very good, I see no standing around, I see no resting on Zoom, everybody's moving. And we have the 6-minute mark coming up here. Those sit-ups are slowing down a little bit. Use your arms wisely, throw them towards the feet, and then really reach forward. Make sure you press the lower back into the floor. You should not feel the lower back do any work. So keep the back in contact with the mat or with the floor as we're working through those bigger set of sit-ups now. Very good. Kat, on to the last segment here. Once you get to that last set of jumping lunges, go right away. It's just 20. You already did 120, so the last 20 should be quick and easy now. Don't stop on those last lunges. We need the time for the sit-ups. That last set of 50 sit-ups is still long here. It's waiting for you. So make your way to that sit-up set. We need to get through this. 3 minutes to go. It's a beautiful workout, how the pain is moving from the legs into the abs over time. 2.5 minutes to go. Here, that last set of sit-ups is where things are gonna get mental. Every sit-up is gonna hurt, but don't stop. Maybe take a second to breathe at the top. And we've got 2 minutes to go. Every rep counts. Maybe we have to treat this as a 10-minute M-rep. Try to get all reps in here. It is a total of 280 repetitions. That is a lot within 10 minutes. So try to get as close to that number as possible. If you can, finish it. We've got 90 seconds to go. Kat is working relentlessly on her sit-ups here. I don't think you can do that any quicker. So you really need to push the pace here. But I think Marika is done. Oh, she is! Oh my God, Kat. We have to speed it up here on those sit-ups. Marika is celebrating at home, righteous so. Last 60 seconds. And we're done in 9 minutes. Good. That leaves you with 1 minute to finish this beast here. Last sit-ups or last set of lunges. Yes, the abs are burning, not getting easier. but we only have 45 seconds. Hold on, squeeze in a few more reps. Every rep counts. How was that? It's a lot of abs, isn't it?
It was very nice.
And a lot of legs.
A lot of quads and abs.
Very good. We have 20 seconds on the clock. Keep it going, nice. On for one rep at a time. Keep it going.
Now guys, 10 seconds.
In 5. In 3, 2, 1, and time. Good job, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you finished, you have a score that is a time. If you didn't finish, now is the hardest part. You have to figure out how many reps you did. Each segment of lunges and sit-ups is 70 repetitions. So if you finished 50, 20, well, then you have 70 reps. So you just have to count up in 70s and then see how far you got. So we'll give you like 30 seconds to do the math, figure out how many reps you actually just did in total. Then, of course, put them down in the comments either on Facebook or on YouTube so that people, when they do it the next time, know what they have to aim for. Good. And then from here, I think we're going to move it on right away into stretching.
Yeah.
What do you think? Yes?
Yeah.
What are we going to stretch? What hurts the most?
Quads and abs.
Quads and abs, very good. Then, we're not going to use a clock. I'll leave the stretching up to you.
Perfect.
And then enjoy.
Okay, guys, now let's start with the couch stretch. So if you have somewhere to put on your foot, place the right foot exactly on a couch or a chair, and then go, if possible, with the chest upright. So you are supposed to feel a good stretch on your right quad. And keep this position for the quads to feel better. At least personally, I felt a lot my quads during the jumping lunges. Try to place this foot somewhere. If you don't have anywhere to put it, you can also, of course, just grab it with your arm. And you want to bring the heel as close to the butt as possible. So you feel a good stretch also on the hip flexor and the quad. Keep the chest straight, upright. The arms can just be exactly above your other leg. 315 reps from Gwen. Very good. Slowly, slowly bring your arms on the floor, and now we're going to switch it. So bring the left foot on the chair or on the couch that you're having, and slowly bring your chest up. Place your arms on the front, on your knee. Hold this position, and of course, as it gets easier, you can move a little bit more forward so that you feel a better flex. Hold it there a few more seconds. And slowly again, you can bring your arms in front of you. Now we're going to kneel down. We're going to sit in on the heels. So now you feel a good stretch on the quads again. But we're going to stretch also the obliques. So from this side, you can lift your left hand exactly on the top of you, so exactly next to the ear. Keep looking at your hand. You can also place the right arm on the floor and stretch it out. Try to stretch as much as possible, like you want to grab something from the ceiling. Here you should feel your obliques, stretching your abs, your quads of course as well. And slowly bring now your left arm on the floor next to your quad and bring the right arm on the top next to your ear. Keep staring at the ceiling and slowly we are bending on the opposite side like you want to grab something. Keep looking up a few more seconds, staying in this position. And now we're going to move, we're going to cross the fingers and we're going to stretch out our arms like we want to pull ourselves up, so you should feel a good stretch on your abs as well. Make yourself tall as much as you can. And slowly we're going to go into the child pose position, so bring the hands exactly in front of your head. Place the head down, keep looking down. And slowly we are going to move into the cobra. So you want to bring your head up again, you make an arch on your lower back and bring the hands as close to your body as possible and keep looking at the ceiling again so that we have a good stretch on our abs. We're going to do this one more time, so go again behind, sitting on your heels into the child pose position so that we relax a little bit the abs. Keep looking on the ground, place the head inside your shoulders. And slowly again going into the cobra position. Bring the hands close to the hips, arms stay completely extended, and keep looking at the ceiling. Now slowly, slowly we're going to bring again the knees on the floor. You can start walking with your hands towards the toes. Bring the hands on the toes and slowly you can bring your back up. And that was it for today. Simon is also coming to close the class. Just as a reminder, we still have the Zoom people. You can also stay if you want to have a chat about how was the workout. Also place your scores underneath the Facebook page so that we see how much you did, if you finished it, your time, what was the hardest, as always. And tomorrow we have a benchmark workout coming on. We're not going to say what exactly it is. It is a surprise. Also Friday, the open workout. So, something else?
Nope. Yeah, we're going to close the stream with a triple clap. We're going to keep the Zoom open in 1, 2, 3. Please.